Hey, summer is here, and I hope wherever you are that you're getting a chance to get out and enjoy the warmer temps and enjoy those activities that we sometimes don't always recognize are great to be, especially when it's cold here in North Dakota. If you don't know me, I'm Josh Askvig. I'm the state director for AARP in North Dakota, and I wanted to provide you a quick rundown of the work we've been doing and the stuff that's coming up in the next couple of months. First, I think most of you are well aware of AARP's work to ensure that families and older adults have the information they need to protect themselves and their families from frauds and scams. And we've done a ton of this work in the last couple of months. Specifically in April, we did 2 shredding events where we shredded over 25,000 pounds of private information and material. It was so great to see so many of you driving through those events. In addition, we did a 4-city tour with the North Dakota Attorney General's office, and Tanya Hetzler was our speaker, who talked about the prevailing scams and how folks can stop scams. And folks had a chance to also hear from some of our Speakers Bureau folks about what they're hearing on scams at their local presentations as well. We saw over 900 of you at our 4-city tour. So great to see rooms full again and be there with you. And I'm not even touching on the yoga we did at the beginning of the year, some of the tabling that we've already been doing at different fairs and festivals, as well as other activities where we've been out and about. In addition, it is an election year, and having just recently wrapped up the North Dakota primary, I hope you were able to cast your ballot on June 11th. The general election's coming up in November. AARP, as part of our nonprofit, nonpartisan membership organization goals, is to ensure that older adults continue to be the powerful voting bloc that they have been. We know, for example, in the 2020 election, that they were 53% of the total number of voters in North Dakota, and that number jumped up to 61% in 2022. So we want to make sure you know what's on the ballot, and if there are specific issues that might impact you and your family, how those issues might impact you or your family when you go cast your ballot, and also what candidates are on the ballot. What are they saying about the issues that matter to you? And we're making sure we're visiting with those candidates as well. We'll continue our long collaboration with Prairie Public Broadcasting, so there'll be public debates for the U.S. Senate, the U.S. House, and the gubernatorial race as well. Again, if you need information on when, where, and how to vote, your one-stop shop, aarp.org/ndvotes, aarp.org/ndvotes. Check it out. If it's helpful to you, share it with a friend and let them know, whether they're age 50 or older or not. It's just useful information about how folks can cast their ballot this election year. And there'll be more coming on that, by the way, as we get deeper into the year and closer to Election Day in November. In addition, this summer, you're going to see our staff and volunteers at a number of events, but I want to, before I get to those, shout out our Speakers Bureau. They've been already delivering over 20 events across North Dakota. And if you don't know what our Speakers Bureau is, it's approximately 30 to 35 trained volunteers who can give presentations on topics ranging from fraud prevention and awareness to how to make sure your home is fit for you and safe for you as you age, all the way to and including Social Security topics. These are free presentations that they can do from 20 minutes to an hour long. If you have a service club, a community organization, a church group, or any other civic organization or neighborhood group that is looking for some programming, I encourage you to check out aarp.org/ndspeakers. Again, that's aarp.org/ndspeakers. And this summer, if you are in the Bismarck area and you're wondering what the Speakers Bureau is about and you want to come check out one of the presentations they do and how they do it, you can stop by the AARP North Dakota offices. There are 4 different presentations on 4 different topics happening over July and August. You can find all of that information at aarp.org/nd events. Those are limited seating, so make sure you go register for those at aarp.org/nd events. I think you'll enjoy hearing from our volunteers. I know I do when I've had a chance to sit in on those. In addition, in July and August, we're going to be out at Pride events, at Music on the Missouri, at Symphony Rocks, at street fairs, at the Dickinson Car Show, and a number of other events. If you're wondering where we're going to be, aarp.org/nd events. Again, your one-stop shop for what's going on with AARP North Dakota. Come check us out. We have some really fun, engaging tabling games on the topics of Social Security. You get to play a Plinko game. Fraud, you get to go fishing so you don't get fished. Huh? And then a livable communities game that allows you to golf and make sure you don't hit the water trap or sand trap, and that you have what you need to age in your community and be where you live. So come check us out. We have great volunteers who are doing those tabling events. But if you're interested in tabling at one of those events or how to be a part of our volunteer crew, you can always reach out to Doreen Striley in our office. She's always a connection for you, dstriley@aarp.org. Couple of other big events I want to make sure I draw special attention to this summer. The first is Tuesday, July 30th at the North Central Park in Bismarck, or right next to the North Central Park in Bismarck between 8th and 9th. AARP North Dakota, Bismarck Burley Public Health, and our technical advisor, 880 Cities, is hosting a pop-up community street event, or a block party, the Bismarck Block Party. This event is going to transform that car-dominant street into a space for play, neighborly connection. It's going to include live music, community art, recreational activities such as pickleball and yoga. And we were just meeting about this event, so I'm especially jazzed. I think you're not going to want to miss this event. It is on Tuesday, July 30th from 6 to 8 p.m. You can find out more at aarp.org/ND events. Don't miss the Bismarck Block Party if you live in the Bismarck area. I will tell you the other fun thing is, if you have fun at this event and think this is something you're going to want to do in your neighborhood, we're going to have a little guide on how to do this in your own neighborhood as well to help make those neighborhood connections. The second is Social Security is a huge topic. I think everybody's aware of the work AARP has always been a proud defender of protecting Social Security benefits and beneficiaries, and we're continuing to start the effort to impress members of Congress and those running for congressional office to talk about how they will look at bipartisan solutions to protect Social Security. We know if Congress doesn't take action in the next 10 years, or by 2035, beneficiaries could face up to potentially a 20% benefit cut. And so AARP is doing a really fun, unique event. We're partnering with the AARP Minnesota office, and we're going to the Fargo-Moorhead community on Tuesday, August 27th. That day in the morning from 10 to 2, we're going to hold an economic or a Social Security thought forum about the economic power of the 50 plus. And we're going to have elected officials, thought leaders from those communities, community members like you invited to come listen to demographers, experts on the impact of older adults on the economy. We've invited members of the congressional delegation on both sides of the river to talk about the economic and potential bipartisan solutions towards solving the Social Security solvency concerns. And then we're also going to talk about the program's impact on older adults, but also the local economies and communities where they live. So check it out, aarp.org/ND events. Then that night, we're going to jump across the river onto the Moorhead side of the river and have a much more smaller intergenerational conversation where we're going to bring in folks from all different generations, individuals in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and around in each of those decades, and have what we call a Social Security Decades Dinner, where we're going to have somebody facilitate table discussions where folks will be seated with folks from other generations to talk about the impact Social Security has on them and their families and their questions and concerns about Social Security moving ahead. So you can find all of that information at aarp.org/ND events. And super big shout out to our Minnesota colleagues for partnering with us. We're excited to work with them on both of those events. Before I get out of here, I just want to close with a personal note. One of the things I love about working with AARP, first of all, is my team. I think I have the best state office team in the country, and I'm a little biased when I say that. I understand that, but I appreciate every single one of them and the professionals they are. But the other thing I like about working for AARP is we don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk. And we have a great benefits package, and one of which is after you've worked for the organization for a certain period of time, you're entitled to renewal. Some organizations call it a sabbatical. We call it renewal. It's a benefit I've been able and should have probably taken a while ago, but I've put it off. But my time has come to go on renewal, and so I'm taking it. I'm going to be out of the office from July 4th to August 21st, and looking forward to some time with my kids to recharge and family, as well as doing some traveling, reading, biking, running, swimming. Those of you who know me, probably not surprised about any of that. But I want to assure you two things. One, I'm coming back. I love the work that I get to do with you all and our volunteers across the state of North Dakota. Two, our state team will still be here to continue to deliver on our work here in North Dakota. They have all been busy stepping up and getting ready for me to be gone. But in addition, we have a very unique opportunity in that somebody from another state office is going to come fill in for me in the interim while I'm gone. Brittany Kitt, who works as an associate state director for advocacy and outreach in the District of Columbia State Office, is coming out to North Dakota. And we get the chance to help her learn a little bit about the work we're doing at the state office in North Dakota with you all and the communities in which we do work. She'll be on the ground for a number of those weeks that I'm gone. I really hope you get a chance to connect with her and get a chance to interact with her and maybe learn something from her as well. So, while I'm going to be gone, I'm not going away. I'll be back. I appreciate you watching, and hoping everybody has a great, fantastic summer, and looking forward to seeing you in August. Take care.